Right. I think it's 220, just like your snatch, episode 220. And this man snatches 220 kilos. Hey, bro, I think we're going to have to start with British, man. You know what I mean? Like, gives a lowdown, what went down, how it went down.
Yeah.
And the whole rest of
it. Yeah, it was just a bit mad, to be honest. The build-up was half good, half bad. I was mentally ready because I knew it was so important for me. It's a Commonwealth qualifier, so it's like pretty much if you don't perform here, you're fucked really. So I can't. It was just a lot going on at the time on the day, but I felt mentally on it, and that was the main thing for me. Yeah, I mean, did you manage to watch any of the videos or anything?
Yeah, man, I watched all 6 of them, mate. You know what I mean? I always have the same thing playing in my head every time I see you lift, right? When you finish and you walk off with your hands kind of like halfway up in the air. I literally go to gladiators of just like, are you not entertained?
I'm fucking going, you know what? That's me saying, come on, give me something else. Give me something, Yeah. I want more. Give me more. You know what I mean? I'm fucking ready for more. At that point, I finished on 115 snatch, 142 clean and jerk, right? But in the warm-up, a lot happened on that snatch. A lot happened and nobody saw. I mean, there was some things filmed, so hopefully I'm going to try and get that footage. Basically, my plan was to open on 110. One of my coaches said, look, let's get a total in. Let's make sure we get a number on the board because it's so important. We need a ranking for the Commonwealth Games on the ranking. I said, no, I'm not going 107. I'm going to go 110. So I did 107 in the warm-up to prove that I can, I'm good for 110, no problem. Yeah. While I was doing that, my coach was trying to change that 107 to 110. There was an issue with the systems. It sort of glitched out or whatever, whatever happened. So I got timed out on 107. So I'm already an attempt down now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let me just pause for everyone who has no fucking idea what we're talking about, right? Olympic weightlifting, you've got 6 lifts, 3 snatch, 3 clean and jerk. Right, you get 3 attempts. Your highest one on the snatch, your highest one on the clean and jerk goes together. That creates your total, right? So now the bad man has now lost a lift, so now he only has 2 attempts to get one on the board. All right, brother, go for it.
Yeah, so you have a countdown, you have a minute timer, and I we were trying to change the numbers while that timer was going down, but they ran out of time and the system glitched or something. So now I'm like, right, I'm lift down now. Fuck, I've already just hit what I needed to hit, what I was meant to do out there in here. Anyway, minute later, coach said, yeah, okay, just get that one in, 107. Okay, just get it in now, because now we are kind of on the back foot.
Yeah.
So I got it in, easy, reluctantly. I looked calm, no problem. It was nice being in front of people, back on a stage, back in front of your friends, and you know what I mean. That's what it's really about. Like, you're on a stage and you're actually battling. So I came off. My coach asked me, what do you want to do now? 112, 113? I says, it's not enough. You know what I mean? Obviously, when you're in weightlifting, you can't take huge jumps from your second to your third or your first to your second, whatever. You can maybe take up to 5 kilos on the snatch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Exactly. But for me, I couldn't do it. Like, it just weren't. I didn't come here for that. I'm looking for more than. I came here looking, for more than 15 personally. So right, I was thinking, I know my opponents are going to be doing in the high teens, mid-teens. Some will be in the low teens even, but I can't. I'm not even in the teens, at the moment. So I said, look, I'm going to do 111 in the warm up, and then out there I'm going to go for 115. Yeah. So now I'm going for a heavier number in the warm up than I did on the platform on my second basically opener in a way. And I just nailed the 115, and it was pressure lift really, because that's what kept me in the competition. If I didn't hit that, I'd have finished on 107. I'd have been miles away. I'd have too much deficit on the clean and jerk to catch up, in the total.
Yeah, you can't win a comp on your snatch, but you can sure as shit lose it, right? Like if you're a few kilos behind.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, it's just you can't give away, especially me, because I am a good snatcher. So I'm just giving away something that's, it's fucking ridiculous. So, but things happen, and I nailed it, and I was like, right, game on now. We're back in it. You can see the reaction. It's probably definitely the most important lift of the competition. I knew at that point I'm in a good position now. Like, okay, I could have had more, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm in it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then and then it was just boom, get warmed up for clean jerks and get out there. And you have to be really switched on for clean jerks, because any slight hesitation, you're not going to hit it. It starts to get really heavy then. You know what I mean? We're talking over double body weight. It's not on your windpipe and shit. Like, it's not fucking fun sometimes, but you've got to have some real concentration and enjoy it as well.
Are you 64s?
67 kilo body weight.
67.
So double that is 134, and I opened on 136, went to 142, and then I just missed 145. Just missed it. But at that point, I already won with 142. But I wanted to finish on a higher total anyway. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, it was just surprising what shape I was in, to be honest. I mean, I hit a crappy jerk on 145 in the gym a couple of weeks before. I hit a crappy 140 clean and jerk in the gym 2 weeks before. I wasn't sure what shape I'd be in on the day for clean and jerks. Because I was actually ill 3 weeks before. So I'm training at 68 and a half kilos. And then 3 weeks before, I basically picked up some food poisoning and stuff and fucking lost it all. Do you know what I mean? All in one night. I lost 3 kilos in one night, basically. So you can understand the pain I was in. So for a full week, I couldn't. So I was like, I'm dehydrated. Well, you say dehydrated, you're depleted. All your muscles have lost of bloody, the water. It's just gone. It's gone, and you're trying to get it back in, but it don't come that quick. It takes time. Week after week, it takes time. For a full week, I couldn't eat fully. I couldn't. I was just having as much as I could. My training was a bit down, and this was literally 3 weeks out, and I was thinking, well. For me, it was like, it's not ideal, this. Like, this is fucked now. Just before this, I was in fucking amazing shape. Sorry for my language. But after,
I apologise for swearing on this shit, man. It's me.
It's your audience. You've got to be friendly to your audience, right?
No, they know me. I swear like a trooper.
But, yeah... I don't know. I mean, I just told myself during it, I was like, even at my worst shape, I'm better than them. That's what I kept on telling myself. And I believed it as well. I genuinely believed it. I was like, even in my worst shape, I'm better than them.
It's the tenacity, man. It's that mental state that you have to put yourself in. That's where the kudos needs to lie, mate. Like you have to be.
Yeah, I mean, you're already fighting pressure and stress, and now on top of this, you're fighting an illness.
Yeah.
It doesn't help. Do you know what I mean?
And then a fuck up on the day, right?
And the point is, your body is trying to peak. You're trying to get your body to peak, but your body's actually ill. Like, you can't even eat, mate. Like, what are you gonna do? You're asking your body to do some crazy things in a couple of weeks, and you're fucking you can't even, you can't even eat properly. What you gonna, or sleep properly, in fact, because of the illness. So, it was just a bit manic, and then week by week I got better and better. I was very smart with my training, and I just thought I knew I'd be okay. But the main goal was to beat the English, obviously for the Commonwealth spot. One athlete, Gareth, he was he's Welsh, and he was a favourite to win the British. Unfortunately, he didn't finish, which put me in a good chance to win it, which is a shame because I wanted him to total. I wanted him to go to his last Commonwealth, but he ended up retiring at this British. So, it's one of them things, really. Yeah.
He's been in the sport a long time. Like I saw his post when it was like 98 to 22.
He's 35. He's 36
shift,
this year. Man. Oh yeah, mate. He's an absolute legend, to be honest.
Yeah, he's a legend back home, man. 100%.
We've been on internationals together, and we've had proper good fun. Probably get along with him the most, and probably the weightlifting community. I mean, there are a few, there's no problem, but in terms of males, competitive males, I probably get on with the most. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's just snatched double bodyweight twice. You know what I mean? He's done it all. He's ticked all the boxes off, that guy. So I think people, any male athlete, any male weightlifter should be aspiring to be, just as good as him.
This is where, like, I think strength sports and weightlifting in particular is really unique because, like, yeah, okay, we see like the supers, right, pick up the heaviest weights of all time, but we're also like, oh, this person clean and jerk 3 times body weight, snatch double body weight, back squatted, whatever, and it's like you still have the same level of admiration for even the lowest category as well as the highest category, and I think it's hard because it's like in football, for example, right? You're not going to be like, oh, someone in the Sunday league scored a 35-yard screamer. That's incredible. No one gives 2 tosses. Like it's usually like, oh, in La Liga or the Premiership or anything like that, right? But in weightlifting, it's like, oh, this 45-kilo lady ended up bloody clean and jerking, 110 kilos. You're like, that's insane.
It is all measurable by body weight, I guess, in a way, until you get to super.
Yeah.
But it's nuts, to be honest. I mean, numbers don't, they never end, so it just keep going up and up until you're done, really. But he has lifted some big numbers. It's just nuts, to be honest. I mean, he won the Commonwealth gold a couple of years ago. It's a good way to finish. I thought he'd retire there, but he wanted one more home Commonwealth games. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Yeah.
It's Birmingham,
sport, really. Yeah. Sport, really, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So.
In it, man. I thought I'd have been home for that one. I was planning on coming home to watch the Commonwealths, but mate.
Well, if I qualify, you're gonna have to find a way to get back, mate.
Don't put me on record like that. You know what I mean? A motherfucker.
Oh, mate.
Yeah,
it's not.
I'd love to be there, man. Birmingham is a pretty cool city to host it. It's not the best city to host it. Clearly, that's going to be Manchester. But
I saw it happen like 20 years ago.
2002, innit? Literally 20 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I went to that one.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I watched the. I'm gonna go watch the gymnastics.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. That's madness.
And I used to compete in the swimming pool that they created for it, the aquatic center. Used to compete there.
Very cool.
Clearly not in the Commonwealth Games, but
it doesn't matter, mate. Anything's good, better than nothing, right?
Yeah, like I jump in the water and the water jumped out, mate. That was that was the whole that was the gaff.
Madman.
Mate, yeah. But then you walked away with the bacon, you took home the medal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to be defined by that. Do you know what I mean? I don't really care to run as British champion. What? 6 months ago, I bombed out at British Championships. You know what I mean? And people just disrespected that. So they were like, "Oh, he fucked up. He ain't got it anymore, and this and that, and he froze on stage and fucking, whatever. Like, doesn't matter. I'm always game to go for a battle. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to win. I'm here to win in that sense. I don't care about the title or this or that. I don't care about that. it means nothing, to be honest. Next year, there's a new title. Who's British champion next year? You know what I mean? It changes every year. Like, it don't really matter, to be honest. But I'm here for the battles. I'm here for that. I'm here for the war. I'm here to push myself to the limit. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Yeah.
When do you know about Commonwealth?
So there's another competition for England only, potentially in April. And that will be the last one. And then I'll know by end of April, I assume. Maybe. I can't really say it to you. But yeah. At some point, anyway.
I'm running it fine.
You'll know in it. Do you know what I mean? Whoever wins that, it's got the highest total, whatever. The audience will know. You don't need no confirmation by anyone.
Yeah, it's usually pick your favorite gladiator, right, and send them in the arena with all the lions.
That's it. But it is. So I'll be against the same people. But I like that. Do you know what I mean? That's when it brings out the best in me. Being under pressure really brings out the best in me. Real pressure. Do you know what I mean? You're
a competitive athlete rather than a training athlete. Like, you know, there's those individuals that will crumble under the lights and will do really, really well in training. And I'm sure you've known a lot of people like that. I've definitely known a lot of people like that. And then there's individuals like yourself that like come out of your fucking shell. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as the lights come on, the anxiety comes up. And
yeah, but I've been called that training athlete before. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
so I've been on both ends. You know what I mean? I've been called this and that and this. Oh, you can only perform at gym, and I'm like, well, end of the day, right? Put me against, like I said, you remember last time podcast? I said, well, tell you what, your character will show in it. You know, put it against the wall, then we'll see. Do you know what I mean? Put it against the wall, with fucking hands tied.
Well, you then said we'll see. You said it.
There you go. And
now I said
it 3 months ago, right? Correct?
Something like that, mate. Yeah, like, but now you're looking at the under 67 fucking British champion, mate.
Yeah, stop saying that title though. But yeah, you know what I mean though. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah, but anyway, I need to win. Basically, there's no guarantees. I still need to hit a decent total. Even if I win the next one, I still need to hit a good total.
Yeah.
So looking at going to the Commonwealths, but
that's what it's all about, mate. You know, the total. Like, you could finish last and break your total PR by a significant amount, better. And that's better than doing a shit performance and walking on with a gold medal. You know, like.
Oh yeah, 100%, mate. It's just
any day of the week.
You won't be happy, and like me right now, I'm still frustrated. To be honest with you, you know, I know I should have done more, and that's it. Some things weren't in my control. Some things weren't in my control. Some things were to them more. So you know, it's one of them things. You know, I was going crazy in the back. To be honest with you, I was just so frustrated. You know, my mindset was coming into this like, I think people don't. I think they sort of thought, you know, I'm not where I was before and all this, and my mindset was like, you know, wait a minute. My head was like, I'm just giving away free things here to these guys. You know what I mean? I'm not that. You know, what am I doing? Like, I'm. You know, why am
right? Yeah.
I'm not. What am I doing here? Like, I'm just giving away fucking, you know, kilos to these guys. You know, for what? You know, I didn't feel like they were on that level, and that's just the mental attitude I had. So, you know, there's no disrespect at all. It's just I'm a competitor first, and that's it. You know.
Yeah, there's no disrespect towards any of the other athletes. It's just the things that you have to tell yourself.
Not at all, man. I'm not like, I don't want to be friends with you either. Do you know what I mean? There's people out there that don't want to be friends with the competitors. I'm like, okay, I'm friends with Gareth, but that's you know, that's a one-off, like, you know. But everyone else, I don't really, you know, it's not, you know, competitors first, friends after. I think that works for me. Some people are friends first, competitors after. But at the end of the day, we're all fighting for one spot. I can't be friends with you in that level. You know what I mean? What do you want me to do? Fucking rub your back or something? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, especially the same weight category. That's really difficult.
I mean, yeah, there's no, you know, it's just I'm not that guy. Like, I'm not that person. There's a lot of people that are really chilled, and I'm not a chill guy. Like, it's not me. So
we can tell, bro. Don't worry about it.
I'm fucking nuts, man.
It's entertaining, man. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you something though. I was ready to go, like ready to lift night before at 9 p.m. Do you know what I mean? I can't sleep during the night when it comes to competition. I don't sleep night before. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to bloody have it, but I have to like just stay calm, keep my energy, stay calm.
Here's a question: do you allow yourself to drink caffeine?
When?
Like ever?
Yeah, of course I do. Why?
Because you're fucking nuts anyway. So if you take that, it's like you're running around off like
on competition day and normal training days. Yeah, of course. But I don't know. I mean, I don't need it, but I still take. You know, I've got to have it. Extra little bit of help.
Is it like only when you train and you know really monitored?
I have it pretty much. I don't have a lot of caffeine during my normal training days. Very, very bare minimum. Maybe, you know, very, very, maybe like 50 milligrams, nothing.
Really?
Right?
That's less than 50 milligrams of caffeine is less than a single shot of coffee.
Well, yeah, it's way less. Yeah, but if I'm training hard, I say training hard, but if I've got a hard session, like I'm really fucked, my body's fucked. I need to get myself up. You know, it could be like a, you know, kind of monster or, you know, or whatever, like just or a coffee or something, you know, 100, 200, 300 milligrams, whatever. But that's maybe once a week, if that.
Damn.
You know, and then if it's competition times, it's kind of monster, definitely, just to get that sugar in as well. But yeah, like your adrenaline is pumping anyway. You can't even, you know, people say, oh, you should have a good night's sleep before competition, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect performance. I've done my best performance on 30 minutes of sleep. Like, it doesn't matter. Does nothing.
But you're also nuts. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man. But
some people out there might not be as nuts.
It takes me to a different place, mate. Your focus level is different. Some people don't focus. I can focus better for some reason. I don't know what it is. I honestly do perform better when I'm tired. Honestly, I'm telling you that I perform better when I'm tired because I think I'm used to it. I don't know what it is.
Right. So if there's a young athlete out there who in any sport do not stay up all night before competing and be like, Rooney told me that I only need 30 minutes of sleep because it's going to make my anxiety go and I'm going to get really crazy and do well. I was like, no, that's not.
You can sleep, but you can sleep. Just rest. If you can't sleep and you're suffering a bit, like, you know, you can't, a bit of insomnia, just rest. That's the main thing. Don't even move. That's what you need to do.
I think the best thing I used to enjoy is like the movies or the video games the night before or the Netflix. Because, you know, like you're just going to do something that's completely going to take your mind off it, right? And you're not thinking about work. You're not thinking about anything else. You're like, this is my time to put my feet up. You know, like you're very rarely, because the world goes so fast, right? Like you're very rarely going to be in that state where you're like, I'm going to do nothing and I'm going to be okay with it. Because usually
you're chill that week. You're very, you've got more time because you're training slightly less.
Yeah.
You just have to stay somewhat busy. You have to do something else. Just go for walks and stuff, and just keep your body moving and
an athlete active. That either rests for a week or reduces their training is a really funny thing to watch because they're literally like they don't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah, they're like an addict, you know, coming off it. Really, to be honest, so not nice. It's not nice, and you get civilized. You know what I mean? You don't want to be civilized.
That's why we're in the gym. We're antisocial. The antisocial social club.
That's it, mate.
You know what I mean?
I enjoy tape a week. Well, that's sometimes, you know. But yeah, I just watch a lot. I just watch films and stuff. But I end up watching violent films, to be honest. Because I'm in that state. That's my mind state. I'm in a violent mind state. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Maybe like the night before or a couple of days before, like, but you're like 7 days out and you're watching some crazy ass movies.
I need to. It just keeps me occupied, keeps my mind occupied. It keeps you in the state, mate. To be honest, you know. That's what it's all about, really.
What do you eat after a competition? Everyone's got their go-to meal, right? That they absolutely nail. Don't say nothing.
It depends like where we're going. If I'm with my friends or something, I'll probably go to Nando's. Like, that's the quick go-to. You know, you need to start recovering as well. Like people forget the part after the competition. That's when it starts hurting. Everything starts hurting.
Oh,
you just start recovering.
And
that's
that mental fatigue.
Oh yeah, you need that week just to stay active, recovering, eat well, and look after yourself. Some people just completely let go, eat what they want, eat this, eat that. And then you're fucked. Then you will feel shit. As long as you still get some good food, and you can have your desserts and stuff, no problem. But still got to be active.
What's your favorite dessert?
That's hard, man.
Yeah, man.
It's always, I don't know.
I think having a sweet tooth is actually a curse, not a blessing.
It's always a cheese. I like my cheesecakes, but then I also like, my crepes. I don't know how you say that.
Crepes, yeah.
But then, the thing is, once you start, you can't stop. So this is why I stay away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't. It's just not. I like my sweets as well. I like my Skittles. Like all this, all these little things. I love my sweets, but sometimes I just, stop. You just have to train yourself not to have any. But
do you have like intra-workout sweets?
No.
You don't like it?
Very rare. Very rare. Very rare. I see people before competition having sweets or during competition, but you know what? Yes, it works, but your digestive's having to work to break it down as well. I know, what's better than that? What's better than sweets? Tell me.
What do you mean? For what?
Like, if you need to get some sugars in.
I prefer drinking it.
True, but let's say if you need to get some sugars in and you've got a sauce of drink and you've got something else, like what? Fruits, right? You'd have some fruits. That'd get your sugar up. Your sugar levels, your glycogen levels.
It just takes longer. That's all with the fruit because it's fructose and it takes a little. It's marginal, but it does take a little bit longer. However,
I feel better having that. Yes. I just feel better naturally.
You can play the argument. You can play the argument of you feel better, and also two, you have a little bit more of a sustained energy source rather than a sugar spike and then a crash, because then you feel shy.
If I had sweets before, I don't feel a bit like bloated or something. You know what I mean? I just don't feel. There's too much going on. Do you know what I mean? In my stomach, and I'm already bloody nerves. My nerves are already up through the roof. Anyway, it's just, I need something easy to break down, not artificial stuff. Like, there you go.
For me, I'd prefer to drink it. Like 100% rather than smashing some sweets or whatever. If I'm not going to do a banana or something, because that's always easy to just get it in you. But for me, I just prefer to drink it and get it done.
That's why I have a kind of monster during the session, or it just keeps them. You can maintain your levels if you want. Then
a little bit of sugar, a little bit of caffeine. It's golden. Angelic, mate. Yeah, legit. Right. This is the most important question, and if you say it wrong, I'm going to end the call. Manchester or Leeds?
Why would it be Leeds anyway? I don't understand. It'd be Manchester anyway. Come on.
100%.
Obviously.
100%.
Why would it be Leeds? I don't even go to Leeds, man. I can't remember the last time I went to Leeds, like 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, man. It's dead.
Nah, it's... Why, you think Sheffield's better?
Probably. Probably. More north, isn't it? Was it not? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not. My bad. I don't know.
You didn't pass geography?
I didn't, actually. No, I'm not into Leeds. I'm more... I like Manchester.
Man, he's the greatest city on earth, man.
Potentially.
Don't comment on that.
Potentially. I couldn't say what city is the best in the UK, to be honest. Anyway, it's too many, mate.
There's a lot of cities, man. It's a very gentrified country, being over here is crazy, man. Like, man, he's got more people in than the entire South Island. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, probably Sheffield has got close to the amount of people as the entire South Island. Don't quote me, but it's crazy.
It is mad. Yeah. We'll see what happens, mate, in terms of what's next, and hopefully just keep building and take the momentum now, like obviously for the competitions. And crazy thing is, like, before you've got if you don't believe it, you're not going to do it.
Mm.
When you start believing it and you start doing it, then it's like, right, now you've got more momentum. You can push for more. It sort of confirms what you already believe. So that helps even more.
Here's something, man. So if you got a young athlete, right, who's, we'll say, teenage years, and he's going into the first weightlifting competition, what would you advise him?
In terms of what? How they're feeling mentally, or what?
Yeah, like how would you advise him to attack it? What would you tell him to do, to think, to say?
Just take it all in. Don't be scared. People shy away from that fear. Like, just go through that fear. It's good to be scared.
Yes.
I know it's not nice. I think the more experienced lifters, they're used to it. So they're used to that fear. They're used to, feeling that way. That's why they're good at it. You know what I mean? Whereas, there's certain athletes that aren't used to being on a stage. They're not used to having that big audience. They're not used to the lights. They're not used to any of that. So just get used to it. Take it all in.
It's unavoidable.
Take it. Yeah.
Like, I think like sport is so good for people because like it provides you with so much like anxiety as well, right? Like we get so much anxiety in life, and if you've never really played any sport or done anything in that sort of sense, you're not like you're not bulletproofed towards that level of anxiety. So people just break down, right? Like that's inevitable. Life is gonna fucking hit you.
Well, it is. At the end of the day, it's experience, and when they're young, they don't need to be worrying about what weights they're hitting. They just keep it light. They could hit absolutely anything they want. Something really light, no pressure. Just get them in, build the confidence. Each competition, build the confidence. You talk about how boxers are managed. It's the same thing in weightlifting. How are you managed in weightlifting? Is your coach making you do something stupid and coming into the competition too heavy, putting too much pressure on you when they shouldn't be? It has to be realistic. Like, okay, he's not even, the kid's not done any, I don't know, he's done 2 competitions. You're expecting him to win a national, I don't know, underage group or something. Don't put that pressure on him. If it happens, it happens. If he wants it, he'll do it, or she wants it, she'll do it. Don't worry about it at that age. It's not, some people are a little bit ahead maturity wise and some people aren't, but that takes time. You're going to mature in your 20s anyway, but physically anyway. So you've got time to build that sort of mental, fortitude. There's no time, like people. I think some certain athletes get rushed a bit and they burn out quite easily. Some,
it's all mental, man. Like
you've got to be charged mentally, like to want to win anyway, and that's down to the athlete. There's nothing the coach can say.
Yeah, it's character revealing rather than character building weightlifting.
Like, I mean, obviously, with like one of my coaches was like, I didn't have an easy route to get gold. You know what I mean? In my own idea, my perspective, that 115 was the only legitimate snatch I did out there. 107 is not a number to me. I can double it. You know what I mean? It's nothing. It's whatever. Like, that's just how it is. But you've got to take in my opinion, I was like, I'm not walking away. I'm in shape here, and I know I'm better than, that's how I felt. That I know I'm better than these guys. That's just how I feel. So I need to take advantage of, or I won't say advantage, but take my chances and just, do what I can, even if I don't have any. You got to deal with the cards you played with. It just worked out. We took a chance and it worked out because of what happened. So, I mean, I was so sure. I was very confident, even regardless. I was very confident I'd get it. I was very confident. You know what I mean?
15. Yeah,
very confident.
What's your all-time?
Usually my all-time 17 in competition, 20 in training. But usually, your second lift for me, I'm still getting into the competition. By the third one, I'm peaking. Like, now I'm used to the stage. I won't say used to it, but you're warmed up now. Do you know what I mean? On the stage.
Yeah.
And that's where you put that's where your best snatch comes from. Usually by your third lift. I didn't get a chance to do that. my second lift really. It was in that sense. So it was just one of them. Like, but that was meant to happen. I think, I always think things are meant to happen, and that was meant to happen. Just let's see, where am I? I mean, that showed what kind of character I am when it comes down to it.
Fuck yeah, it did.
I came there to win. Well, I came there to beat the English athletes, English lifters. And the bonus was I ended up winning. That was it. Okay. Because Gareth, unfortunately didn't finish. So that's it, really. I mean, it's just one of them things. You've got to have the right attitude. And I didn't care what shape I was in. I was just like, right, I'm gonna, if I'm in good shape, I'll show it. Yeah, I think the clean jerks were very surprising, to be honest. I was just on it, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't expect to be as good as. I didn't expect to be where I was. Do you know what I mean? I thought I'd be struggling around 140s, and over 42 was just blasted it, like, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it looked like butter, mate. It flew up.
I know, yeah, but that's because I had to make sure technically it's right, because I didn't know what shit. Again, I don't know what my body's capable of today. I didn't know. In fact, when we was trying to warm up for the clean jerks at the British, after the snatch, I went for a quick weekend back. It says, right, you need to warm up quick. Because I was like, I don't know, we didn't even have a proper break in between. Usually every break, like a 10-minute break. We didn't have that, I don't think. So I was like, all right, bar 70, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. Right, I'm ready. Well, by the time I was meant to go out, well, I'll go out, but by the time I'm ready to go out, it turns out everyone's jumped and they moved positions in terms of what they're opening on and stuff like that, and the lifts. And then it turned out I've got 6 or 7 lifts or something before I go out. So I'm thinking, right, well, that means I'm going to come back down and come back up again. So, basically warmed up twice for the clean jerk, literally. I went down to 110, 120, and then it turns out, okay, you can come out now on 136. So that was a big jump in itself, that 136, like 16 kilos. But I was ready, like mentally, I was ready, like, fuck it, let's do it. Like, it didn't matter to me. I was ready. That's why it was a bit scrappy on that jerk. If you watch it, well, if there's some footage out there, but it was a bit scrappy on the jerk, and then I was warmed up, right? Okay, I'm ready for 42 now, and then we'll see. But yeah, things happen the way they did. But
I think it's the mental toughness, man, that stands out, and I think a lot of younger athletes, so like sub 22, really, especially with strength sports, it takes fucking ages for you to hit your true peak. Like, they can take a lot of shit from you, mate. Either going into training, going into composition, or just like, look, man, this is the way it is. We're going to go put our best foot forward, and then where the chips lie, they lie. It doesn't matter. We're not going for gold. We're not going for this, for that. We're going to put 100% out there, and wherever we come, we come. I think that's really, really important for young athletes to be able to understand, man.
It's a relationship with the coach as well. You've got to be on the right level with your coach. Are you there to win, or are you there to compete, or are you there to get some lifts? That's it. Like, it's just you've got to know what's happening. On the day I was ready to win, and my coach was also ready to win, so we was on it. Like, we were just on it. It didn't matter what had happened. We found a way to get around it and made it happen. But it was just a good experience, to be honest. It was really good to be out in the crowd again. Like, it's been such a long time, since COVID, and it's been so long, mate, to be honest. 3 years since I was out in a full, proper full, like as big as that. You got stands in front, you got stands outside, both sides, and you got lights shining, and it's crazy.
Was it like back home now? They've stopped all the restrictions and all that, haven't they?
Pretty much, you can go to venues without lateral flows and stuff like that, I think, depending on the venue. You don't have to wear masks in shops and that as well. That's it, really. I mean, we just need to get over it now, to be honest. It is what it is.
He has gone the other way, man.
Hey?
Like,
what do you mean?
They're going to open up the borders. So we had a traffic light system, right, and they've gone up so they've like restricted things a little bit more, and they've pushed the border opening back and all this.
You're in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, man.
And your president is that lady. I don't know what her name is though.
Jacinda. Yeah.
Didn't she make a lot of money in the last 2 years?
No idea. I don't. I don't read into that.
Don't
you know
get
what
into
I mean?
that.
Oh,
Well, she did. There you go. That answers your question.
They all make a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, yeah, not from what she made, mate. I tell you, some sketches going on. Yeah. It's madness.
Knows? You know, we just like to lift objects and not even put them down. We drop them.
Purposely.
Purposely, yeah.
Got to fucking slam it. Nah, it was good though. It was a good atmosphere, mate. I was really, really happy with it. So yeah, hopefully the next one goes well.
What month? Hold on, let me start that again. That didn't make any sense. Commonwealth is this year, right?
Yeah, I think it's in August. I think July,
August.
July, August, end of July. I think. I think so. July. I can't remember. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be good fun. But again, nothing's guaranteed. I've still got to show up. Still got to put the work in. Next few weeks, next 8 weeks is going to be very, very important. Even more important than what I did the last 8 weeks. You know.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, I'm not trying to celebrate this win or whatever for long. After this, you know, that's it. I'm done with it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to think about it. I want to talk about it.
It's done.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. It's just you can't sit on wins. You can't sit on losses.
Yes, 100%. Learn from it. Push it on. You know, sit in that for a day, 2 days.
Oh, that's it. You know, yeah, that's why.
It.
You know, but the thing is, I treat like I said this for a long time. I treat wins and losses the same. Like, you know, what went wrong and what went right, and that's it. That's all that matters. Not you know. And if you want to have a battle, that's down to you. That's down to the athlete. And if you're a true competitor, you'll go for it regardless. But at the end of the day, there's the result does matter because it's, you know, it's the equation for, you know, I'm going to say equation, but it's the result of all that hard work. But it also doesn't matter because you know you're going to do well. You know, if the hard work's done right, you know, everything's done right. If you know, if your mindset's right. So that's the main thing, you know. What did you do right into it, or what did you do wrong leading into a competition as well?
Have you got any all-time goals that you want to hit on the snatch and clean and jerk?
I'd like to get 130 snatch, 25-30. And I'd also like to hit. I can't really say on clean jerks, you know, it's one of them, like maybe a 60 or a 55 or a 60 clean jerk. But this body weight, that's big, you know. If you're getting like anything over 280 to 290, you know, it's very, very good. You know, if I did that, I'd probably be looking at medals. But that's, you know, at Commonwealth Games, like if you did a 290, that's looking at medals. But again, it's just, you know, it's getting over that barrier in it. So, okay, I've hit 20 in training. Now I need to hit it in competition, or now I need to hit a little bit more in competition, or something like, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, like I felt weak on the clean jerks actually on that day on the comp. I know that. I know it looks like to everyone else my cleans are fucking fire. I know that, but in terms of me and my legs and my power, I move a lot better than that when I'm fresh. Do you know what I mean? When I'm healthier. So it was more mental game for me to actually, right, fuck it, I don't care if it feels heavy, just stay with it. Let's make it happen, regardless. Like, again, alluding back to what I said, you know, how I felt a couple of weeks ago. Even at my worst, I felt the best, better than, you know, my opponents. That's the mindset I had. So that's what I had to prove. But again, like on the weekend, I should have done 45. That was, you know, I should have done that. Do you know what I mean? But again, like sometimes misses aren't bad things, you know. It just, what it does, it opens the doors to, right, you missed that, but you can do more. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I feel. So that's where I'm at.
It's humbling, but it's also really motivating. You're like, oh, I'm not tapped out. I'm not done yet. Like, let's keep going. It stokes the fire a little bit more. You know what I mean? It makes you a little bit more angry and passionate to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, leading into this competition, I don't know, like, because I tried to stay active. I mean, the other two, like my opponents, they didn't stay active. You know what I mean? I stayed active. After that bomb out 6 months, I went for another competition 8 weeks after that, and another competition 10 weeks after that. I just went back to back just to get right, just to figure out, things in competition, who I am and what I'm about. Just to get that sort of, just to stay active. That's the main thing. You know what I mean? After that bomb out, I put 250 total in. Yeah, at a competition in Devon, and then after that, it was like a competition in Halifax. I put 251 total in, which was not good, but I had to fight hard to get that last 1 kilo. Believe it or not, you know what I mean? I had to fight really hard, and then I was like, right, okay. I wasn't demotivated, but I was like, I put a lot of work in here, and I only put 1 kilo on. I was thinking, I've definitely done something wrong in this build up, and I knew exactly what I did. So, I was like, right, okay, for the British, I'm going to change that, and I'll go in a little bit more fresher.
What did you total?
At the British, 257. And again, I feel like I didn't get to show my hand, I mean.
And you lost 3 kilos at least on the clean and jerk, right? So that's 60.
That's my fault. Yeah, that's down to me. You know what I mean? That was in my control.
Up, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's my fault though.
Yeah.
But the snatch was not in my hands, but it was meant to happen, do you know what I mean? So it was meant to happen. It was all meant to happen. I mean, I should have done 260 total, should have done over 260. But it's fine. Like, to say where I was 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I was like, fuck, this is gonna be tough. You know what I mean? So, you can't get greedy sometimes. You just keep building. If you're what you're worth at the end of the day. Everyone knows what they're worth, so if you're worth a bit more, then fucking it's time to show.
I also think we need to take a minute for individuals that aren't a weightlifter, right? Of like, you're 67 kilograms in body weight, right? And obviously all your competitors in the same category are the same weight, and are lifting double that in a movement that you throw it above your head in one motion, and then you're lifting more than double that in the clean and jerk, right? Like, that's insane. Like, that's literally the strength of the strength of all athletes in weightlifting is incredible, but the strength of the lower, the lower categories, in the sense of the lower weight categories, it blows your mind. You're like, you're defying physics right now. Like, that weight should crush you in two and leave you in dust. And the next thing you know, you've thrown it above your head and you walk off like it was fucking butter. You're like, what?
I know. It's just madness, mate.
Really is a kill sport, man.
It is, because where you start, you can always go back to the day you first started, or the first year, or the second year that you started. You're not touching these weights, I'll tell you now. Do you know what I mean? You're miles and miles and miles away from these weights. So, you're thinking, how the hell does somebody, even then I was thinking 5-6 years ago, I was like, how the hell does someone snatch over these, 100? And and then eventually I started snatching 100. And then eventually I got 105, and then eventually I got 110, and then, it started going up and up and up. But you're still breaking limits, aren't you? You're still breaking barriers. So it's just one of them things. Like I always say, at any body weight, 100 kilos is heavy. You know what I mean? If you can do a 100 kilo squat, that's fair play to. If you can deadlift 100 kilo squat, fair play to. Like, it's 100 kilo. It's not easy. It's triple digits. So it's heavy regardless.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's a great sport to work on the relentless work for like incremental gains, rather than, okay, I worked really hard for a week, and now we like beat a team 10-0. It's like you're never going to put on 10 kilos in a week. It's never going to happen.
I mean, maybe in a couple of months if you're a newbie, but yeah, it's more about your personal growth, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Weightlifting helps mentally as well and physically. But, I think athletes go through so much, when you're a competitive athlete, you're going through a lot. Do you know what I mean? It's not always fun. Like, it's like, you're getting, like, if you do a bad one, people are doubting you. You know what I mean? If you do a good one, people are back on the bandwagon. You know what I mean? But which is it? Am I the shit or am I not the shit? So you just have to be, you just have to be like fucking true to yourself and like know what you're about and just go for it. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them, like, you just completely have to ignore a lot of things, to be honest. You have to have you have to be on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, you can't have an off day in a sense.
Yeah, I agree. Did I ask you the 3 questions at the end of last episode?
I think so, yeah. Well, I can't remember what they were, but I think you did ask me.
Well, I kind of came up with a couple more.
Okay, go for it, bro.
What does leadership mean to you?
Oof. In times of adversity, in times of stress, in times of like, right, now we're in the shit, keep your fucking back strong and go for it. Do you know what I mean? Chest up, chin up, let's go. That's leadership for me. Do you know what I mean? Your character doesn't, again, you're still stoic. You know what I mean? You're still strong. You don't budge from stress or things that are happening. You still go for it. That's what matters. If you can still go for it at your worst, that's the most important thing, isn't it?
It is, man. You get back up after you fall.
Yeah, but you don't stop when you're relentless. You don't stop.
Yep.
All right, now I'm at the bottom and I fucked up again. So what, mate? Just fucking keep going and figure it out and you'll do it. Like, just be relentless as much as you can. Like,
fucking find a way.
And that's it, mate. And just don't give a fuck. Right? Just go, man. Just keep going. And that's it. That's the main thing. Like, and eventually you'll hit that fucking one little success, and then you're like, right, boom. All it takes is one thing, you know what I mean, and then you're back in the game. Well,
you can have as many no's as you want, right? But all you need is one yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it, man.
You need one yes once.
It doesn't really matter. Like, so what? So what if you fail? At least you fail doing something you want. You know what I mean? Better to fail doing something you want than not even trying, mate. It's the worst thing ever.
Fuck yeah, man. Fail harder, right? Learn a little bit more, go again, get up, dust yourself off.
Yeah, man, but embrace it. Like, you know what? Own it. So what? I failed. Like, when I bombed out, and I was like, well, and what? Like, so I thought I bombed. I should have won, but I bombed, but it ain't gonna happen again. Like, we'll see. Do you know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, man.
It doesn't matter. Like, it's just, it's one of them things. Like, it's just fucking. It goes on and on, really. But yeah.
What does vulnerability mean to you?
Is there any context in that vulnerability? That's hard, man.
Yeah, man, it's hard.
Context.
No context.
Or I'm gonna have to have a think about that, vulnerability. I guess maybe letting your guard down, really. For me, I think, if you let your guard down and I don't know, maybe that's such a hard one, mate, to be honest. Yeah, maybe letting your guard down, to be honest. It's hard to say what context. And also not preparing right. If I'm talking in a sporting context, not being able to prepare right, that's being vulnerable. You're vulnerable to getting beat, in that sense. You've got to plan properly, prepare properly, train properly. You don't let, you've got to stamp your authority in a sense. That's how I feel, really. You don't want to be on the back foot. That's it. You are the foot. Don't be on the fucking back foot. That's how I feel.
All right. What advice would you give to a young person? Doesn't have to be in sport. Doesn't have to be anything in particular. It could be a male, female, whatever. Doesn't matter. What advice would you give to a young person?
Pick something up that you love and just keep going with it. That's all that matters. You know, your parents are going to say something else, which is fine, but they just want you to have a stable life. But at the end of the day, you've got to choose what you want to do. You know, you got to do what you love. It's your life, mate. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be looking back in 30 years' time thinking, oh, I should have done that.
Yeah.
You know, I should have done this, should have done that, should have done this. Like, you know, it's your life, man. Do you know what I mean? It's not your parents' life. It's no one's. It's yours. So, you know, take control. Like, you know, and be open to ideas. Be open to things. To try new things. You know, if it's just a bit mundane. You know, if your life's a little bit mundane, try new things. The world is open, man. Do you know what I mean? Especially
it's abundant, man. Like, honestly, the amount of people that think that the world is like so narrow and there's only a finite amount of things on it. Yeah, okay, technically with like precious metals and ores and shit, but it's abundant in the sense of you can do so many things, right? If you lived 100 lives, you could do something completely different and become a quote unquote master in it and still not even scratch the surface. There's so much to do. And, you know, just fucking try something. And if it doesn't work, you don't like it, try something else.
And you can also find like-minded people as well. So, you know, if you're feeling like you're fucking solo, like, don't feel like that, mate. There's lots of people that want to do what you're doing. You know, that are even in the similar positions or the same positions. So, you know,
just like you and I, lad.
There you go, man. And you're like 24 hours away.
Legit.
I'm still grafting.
Yeah, legit.
But, and you know, it's just, the world's a lot bigger than your bedroom. That's what I'd say to a young person. Do you know what I mean? I'm no disrespect. I'm just saying, like, that's how that's how it is. Like, the world is a way bigger place than your bedroom, and that's it. Like, obviously, as a kid, you're always in your bedroom. So
I think that's fucking class, mate. The world's a lot bigger than your bedroom.
You know, it's bang on, isn't it? Really,
that needs to be quoted. You know what I mean? That needs to be placed in some sort of stoic book somewhere or on a T-shirt or some shit. You know? I'm gonna quote you, and I'm gonna put you in a book or something.
Do it, bro. Right.
Put you in the front of a book or something. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's class.
If it works, if it gets people firing, then yeah, hopefully it does.
That's it, man. Like, honestly, I think passion is one of the greatest things on the planet. Whether it's infectious, whether it is attractive, whether it's like confidence building, whether it's an enjoyable pastime. Like, if you see someone who's super passionate about something, or you're super passionate about something, it's just fucking awesome, man. And like, more people should do something that fires them the fuck up. And I think you're a great character for people to be able to witness and also take a little bit of a dip into that like reality of being like super fucking fired up about things and wanting to just live life, man.
I mean, I'm not always fired up, to tell you now. Like, do you know what I mean?
You're not gonna be like that 100% of the time, you know.
But you know, I'm just saying, like, yeah, like, it plays on your mind. You know what I mean? Am I still fucking like? Can I still do what I used to be able to do? You know, those things do play on your mind.
Yeah, but you're still a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean?
And then I turned up, and you know, I felt like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking show it. I'm gonna show it. You know what I mean? You know, the amount of fucking disrespect I got last time. So this time we'll see. And that was it. Like, you can't just attack it, man. Every time attack it. You know, don't back down ever. That's how it felt, and you know what? Like, when people win, like, obviously people win, they're like, oh, that's it now. I've done it. I've done it now. I can chill. For this one, after this win, I was like, I fucking haven't done anything, mate. Do you know, that's my mindset. I can fucking go way more. I've got more, you know, way more in there. You know what I mean? All I did was solidify what I believed, and that was it. But I've got more in there. You know what I mean? Even mentally. So that's where I'm at right now. So, you know, you've got to find never be satisfied. And that's how I always think, to be honest, especially as an athlete. Never be satisfied until it's definitely done. Like, there's always more.
Proud but never satisfied, mate. Satisfaction breeds comfort, and comfort. No, you don't want to be comfortable.
No, definitely
stagnation.
Not, I don't want to be soft, man.
Hey, that's the northerner talking right there.
I don't want to be soft, mate. You can't. Like every aspect of this life now, or people's lives, is just full of luxury and comfort. Put the fucking heated seats on in the car. Like, come on, man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. What are we doing?
Yeah.
I mean, it is nice. So granted, it's fucking nice. But
warm up your balls.
Point is, it's too comfortable, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's cold, you stay inside. Well, if it's cold, go for a walk or something. Get actually cold. You know what I mean?
You know what pisses me off, right? Is oh no, like I can't go outside today. Like, why? It's raining. What do you mean?
It's very good when it's raining. You've ever been for a walk when it's raining? It's pretty nice, man.
It's raining, you get wet. Full stop. That's what happens.
I think there's if you want to see great things, you'll see it. If you want to see bad things, you'll see it. You know what I mean?
Perception is reality, my friend.
That's it. I mean, it's just down to you how you see things, and that's it. It's perspective. But there's always more to this life than what you see. So
yes, so
that's how I feel, man.
Say bye to the people.
Is that it, man?
I'll stop the recording and we keep chatting shit.
Are we finished? Are we finishing?
Yeah, I can tell the people goodbye so you can end up using your language again.
Okay. Hey, thanks for listening, everyone. I appreciate the support I've received recently. Hopefully people can take some inspiration from it more than anything, and use that for themselves. Really, that's the main thing. Use someone else's success for yourself. Like feed yourself. Look at that. Can I do that? Can I do this in your own aspect? And that's the main thing. So, yeah, as long as you take inspiration from everything, then you're good.
Honestly, man, okay, the weights that you lift and how you lift and how you move the bar is super fucking impressive, right? Like, there's no doubt about it. However, the biggest thing that I think you portray to people is the mental side of the just fucking do something that, one, you're passionate about, two, do it to the best of your ability, and three, never fucking stop. Like, never, like you said, never be satisfied, never quit, don't back down, keep going. Like, I honestly think it's so important to hear that.
So for me, the sort of words I was using, like, it's perseverance, you know what I mean? Perseverance and overcoming, so that's where I'm at. Just because you've had fucking a few shitty ones, like persevere. Do you know what I mean? And that's all it takes. Just keep persevering and keep believing, and that's it. But I'm not, like, at the moment, I'm still fucking, like, after that competition again, like, I was ready to go again. Do you know what I mean? I still feel like I'm ready to go again. Usually after competition, I'm a bit flat. I feel flat. After this one, I feel like I've got so much fucking energy right now. I could go again. Do you know what I mean? So that's maybe a new sign. That maybe a sign for something else. So that maybe a sign for better things. So let's see.
Better things, man. It's coming.
That's what it's about, man. Just keep believing, and believing and overcoming. That's it. Believe and overcome. Especially trying to push yourself to that, to that extreme. You're trying to push your mind to that extreme, and that's it. I think I said it last time where it's I can't remember what it was actually. In fact, it was somewhere along that line, wasn't it? Something about constantly believing, like, if you can, if you can do it. Just constantly visualizing it, and it'll happen.
A lot of attraction, right, and manifestation, And it's okay believing that you got to do it, but then also going out and doing the work, like relentlessly.
But you've got to proper enjoy it. Like, you've got to have the right attitude, and you'll figure that out eventually. For me, I figured that out. Like, what is it? What gets me going? So, again, like, I don't like to celebrate wins for too long. I just get over and move on, because it doesn't do anything for you anymore. But again, there's people out there that are just like, they might be feeling like I'm coming to the end, but all it takes is one good thing to happen, and then you're back in it. You know what I mean? Like,
one yes, man.
You could exactly, and you're back in the game. Like, it could be fucking, you could exactly. You don't get discouraged. You know what I mean? It's perseverance, and don't get discouraged. That's the main thing. It's easy to get discouraged nowadays. So much distractions. You know what I mean?
So much.
So it's down to you at the end of the day. Have you got the focus? Have you got the will and the drive to stay on your path? And things are meant to happen, mate. You know what I mean? So let's see.
Agreed.
Boom.
Bye, everybody.
See you later, everyone.